It's literally been forever. And I'm trying my best to stay positive and keep fit doing other stuff. But it's just not the same. If I actually had any hair on my head, I would have pulled it all out by now because I'm sick of being injured. This is where we are, and this is where the marathon is, and this is where I've been injured. Not good, is it? So that's not happening. So what's even the point of running anymore if I can't even achieve my one and only goal of this year, which is to run a marathon in 2024? Well, I've been told that there are actually a lot of benefits to running that don't involve a goal race or a particular time. Like improving your VO2 max, simply to increase your longevity. That's what this guy's telling me.
Lifespan of any measurable number we have is quite remarkable.
Running also helps you increase your bone density, which can be really important as you grow older. And it also helps you to preserve muscle mass, which you're really going to need if you want to be running marathons and triathlons at 100 years old, like me.
Hey, Grandpa's running. That's not Grandpa, Dad's just dehydrated.
Epic benefits, right? But I don't care about any of those because I think there's one thing about running that is fundamental to being happy on this earth. Here's the thing. I think there's two different kinds of people in this world. Type 1 kind of people are the ones that can't really fully commit to something like running. And so they'll have a couple of months of lots of really consistent running and then like a whole year or 6 months of nothing. And to be honest, I don't get it because I'm not like that at all. Here's what I am. I'm obsessive. I'm the type 2 kind of person who just tries to squeeze every last bit of fun and enjoyment and progress out of every little activity in their life until they either get injured or they get burnt out or they're just completely disinterested. And I can't help it. That's just me. And I always feel the need to attach some random arbitrary time goal to every single different activity that I do in my life. I need to get a particular 5K time in the next 2 months so that when I start my 16-week training block, I have the potential to run this particular marathon time. I need to run 100 Ks a week because some guy online said that to run a sub 3-hour marathon, you have to run 100 Ks a week for 2 years straight. Annoying. And this is exactly the kind of thoughts that I've had. But people like myself and type 1 kind of people fall short for the exact same reasons. I need a challenge. I need a hard challenge and I need it today. Because here's the thing, in a parallel universe somewhere, Connor that didn't get injured is actually in week 5 of his training program and he would have done 3 lots of 8 kilometers at marathon pace today. And that's really frustrating. So I'm gonna need to do something today that's just as hard and I think I have the best idea. All right, here's the plan. I'm gonna do a triathlon, but in a way that I don't have to deal with this stupid ankle. Now, I've recently rediscovered swimming after not swimming for literally since I was like 5 years old. And wow, is it a humbling experience. The first time I swam, I could get like 10 meters before the anxiety of not being able to just breathe whenever I felt like it came on and I just had to stop. And today, 3 weeks later, I'm gonna try and swim for 2 kilometers without stopping. Don't expect it to look pretty because it's not going to. So after the 2K swim, I'm gonna do 2 hours on the bike and 1 hour on the elliptical at the gym around the corner. And I'm trying to approach this whole thing with the right mindset for my goals, just enjoying the process and taking it easy. Except that I'll be pushing as hard as I can in all 3 events. Okay, I'll see you under the water. Swim, done. Look at what the goggles do to your eyes. Okay, time for the 2-hour bike. Yeah, this is the world's slowest transition, but I don't care. That bike ride was not fun because I had a stomachache after being in the pool for that long. I don't know why. I must have swallowed some air or drank some of the chlorine water. Either way, it was horrible. But I'll see you after an hour on the elliptical.
And then I see a couple baby cakes, this legacy shit. Oh yeah, that baby face. You set the match, let the bridge burn. I guess you got tired of playing the brother. I guess you never really worked. Keep the flame, keep the flame, keep the flame, keep the facts. I'ma keep
just could not do it. I DNF'd. The swim was fine, though I think I swallowed a little bit too much water and it made the bike a little bit more difficult, but 2 hours, done. But I could not stay on the elliptical machine any longer than half an hour. It's the most boring, mind-numbing machine, and I think all of them should just be taken out of every gym in the world and just put in the bin somewhere. But I did my best. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below what kind of thing I should do next weekend to keep myself preoccupied during this time of injury. Let me know. Now, this time of injury has actually helped me to understand something that I've honestly never understood before in my life. I would rather never achieve any specific race goal ever again in my entire life, but know that in 10 years' time I'm still running, than achieve all of my race goals but not be running anymore. And the reason why is the whole point of this video. Now, there are two types of goals to have, and people like me, type 2 people, completely neglect this first type of goal. The first one is a performance goal, where you'll base your success or failure, and more likely your happiness or sadness, on whether you run that goal time or not. And so when you get injured, the default result of any of your performance goals is failure. And that's why I, as well as many of you, really struggle mentally when you get injured. It sucks because you spend so much time preparing for this grand plan of your race result, and it all goes completely wrong. So here's what I've learned. The whole point of running is a process, or the second type of goal. A process goal. I'm going to do this thing in some capacity for no other reason than it makes me happy, gives me meaning, and it's probably a net benefit to my life. So if you're the type 1 person that really finds it hard to commit for a long period of time, just make your goal to start and get into the process of becoming a runner. And that could be as simple as doing 1 minute a day. Just start in any capacity that you want and can manage. Now, if you're a type 2 kind of person, more like me, then you've got to dial it back on the constant goal setting. Because here's the thing about these race goals. On the day, anything could happen. You could have a car crash, the weather could be really bad, your shoe could fall off mid-race, you might need to go to the toilet during your marathon, or you might even get injured before your race. Anything could happen, and that's really going to mess you up unless you're prepared with a more long-term strategy for goal setting, which is just enjoying the process. And I know that this is mentally hard to manage because I'm still learning myself. So if things aren't going really well at the moment, just think about the whole point of running, which is that it's a process that never ends. It's a journey. It just keeps going for the rest of your life. And so this tiny little inconvenience doesn't actually matter in the grand scheme of you running for so many years in a row. So don't let this goal setting ruin your life, because it's just not worth it. Also, if anyone's got a spare ankle that they can ship to Adelaide, Australia, please let me know. Peace.